Hello everyone, and welcome to another video of TagAnimator. It's been a while since I've basically gone over this, so just to kind of catch you up, TagAnimator is hopefully going to be an app where you can basically make animations with your friends and everything like that, and be able to share these animations on platforms like YouTube and TikTok and whatnot. And I basically made this app so that way it would allow people to make animations, get into animation, start to feel and have a love for animation in more ways than one. Now, if you're just a quick user and just want to kind of like explore and see what you can do and stuff like that, then there's a path for you. But if you're more serious and you actually want to try to make stories and stuff like that, then there's also going to be a path for those people to kind of actually utilize something that will help you out and make an idea or a concept or something of reality. So hopefully my app can do that for you, and that's what I'm trying to build. So going into it, I'm just going to explore a little bit of it as it is right now. It is unfinished. There's a lot of things I still want to do over the next couple of months before it's ready for testing, but please bear with me. I'm trying to make it the best that I can make it, and so it actually has taken a long time to try to make a video like this because I keep on wanting to build more stuff. So let's get into it. TagAnimator. So in here, like I said, all the UI and everything might change in the next couple months, but at the moment, you have a login, sign up, tell you if the app is online or whatever. So let's just sign up really quick. Gonna do something pretty just simple. So my name's gonna be DDD. At the moment, the email doesn't really matter or anything like that. I don't really have any of this stuff set up. So, and then the password, I'm just gonna make password 123 4 5 6, and then like some weird like symbol or something. This. Okay. I'm just gonna copy that. We're just gonna make a quick account so that I can show you. So if I go to the profile, as you can see, you can upload like a profile picture. You can your basic tier. So I'll talk about this in a second. Shows how many projects you've made, the animations, the days you've active, that sort of thing. Cool. So here is your dialogue. So I have a couple of examples here, but essentially this is where you kind of put the meat of your project. If you want like it to basically be like a situation between two coworkers talking about a cheeseburger, you put that in. Two co-workers talking about a cheeseburger. Cool. So now that you have your scene, or your thing, now and again, you can make this as detailed or as non-detailed as you want. It's totally up to you. And then you get to pick your characters. So we have some sprites which are going to be upgraded soon. So no more of these sprite characters, but I do like them, so I'm going to use them right now. So we're gonna have Alex, we're gonna have Emery, and if you double click your character, you can actually just rename them. So this would be like Sarah, right? And this would be Joe, right? Just some names. And then what you can do is, because you're part of the basic tier, you get basic voices. If you're part of premium, you get premium voices. So for Sarah, we're gonna go with the pre-made like I have a structure here just showing, which characters are generally guy sounding and which characters are like woman sounding, female sounding. And then you have the ones that are green, which are going to be neutral. I will be adding a lot more neutral voices, so that way you can have different types of characters, no matter whatever your preference is, right? So Sarah, I'm just gonna have this voice, and then for Joe, he's gonna have this voice. And at the moment, I have it uh, muted, but normally you would basically hear something like this.
Hi, my name is Jeremy.
So that is basically what you will hear anytime you click a voice. It's probably a little bit loud, but I'm going to fix that. Like I said, all this stuff is, in development at the moment. Cool. So yeah, so Jeremy is going to be Joe, and then I'm gonna have Hope be Sarah. Hopefully that makes sense. Um, these names here don't matter. I just basically have them so that we know. Oh, I always use the Henry voice. I always use the Dave voice, right? So none of these names have nothing to do with the actual animation. And then I have these stage backgrounds or whatever, so you can kind of click through here. And right now, these are going to be sets, but right now they're just different colors and stuff like that, so don't worry about that. Character positioning, this is also something that's probably going to be legacy and be changed in the near future. So at the moment, just side by side characters, just two characters side by side, but you can change like how far they are or where they're positioned, and that changes like the dynamic of like the scene a little bit. But right now we're gonna just have side by side. We're gonna do a short animation. We're gonna have it landscape, full quality. Cam mode is basically the whether you want like a action thing. So this makes all the shots action and fast handheld. You can do static, which basically makes all the shots basically just static, obviously. And then dynamic is basically you let the AI deal with it, right? I'm going to basically do a modifier of chaotic. I don't know. So moods or modifiers are basically things that you can basically, and there's probably going to be a lot more in the near future, but these are things that can basically push the conversation in a certain way. So whether you want your characters to kind of be drunk, or you want them to sound like a baby or be more serious, this kind of is like a mood that you would basically set for your entire scene, right? Then I have unhinged. Some of these other modes basically don't really matter. Unhinged and censoring are like the only things that really matter here. Censoring is Censoring is basically if you have something that you want to decensor. So let's say that you are pulling a script from a show or something like that, and it has like a whole bunch of cussing, or it's just not that great for like a normal audience who you're like trying to reenact the same show scene, but in TagAnimator. Well, if you're trying to do that and it has like a lot of cussing and stuff like that, but you don't want to basically like fix all the thing, then you can click censoring, and that will basically like censor everything and make things a lot easier and better. Unhinged mode is different. Unhinged is basically like, do you want to go explicit and have your character say some outrageous stuff? Think Tesla Grok or anything like that. That's basically what unhinged mode is. And there will be limiters for this because, yeah, it can get pretty unhinged. So I don't know exactly how I'm going to do these two yet. I'm still testing and practicing these, but I will not do those for this tutorial and walkthrough of the thing. But it is pretty funny. You got characters that will cuss at each other and stuff like that, which is pretty funny. Um, so we're just gonna click animate, and you'll see there's two things that happen. There's a wait here button and an add a queue button. Wait here button is basically you just wait here, and you're basically just waiting for animation, or maybe you have free time, whatever it is, you're waiting here. Add to queue, you could basically call this something, Grok, just because I was talking about it. You can call it something, and then basically it will add it to the queue. Um, the reason you want to do that is because maybe you're trying to like process like a couple more or so, you know, at Wendy's, and you want to see what this one is in this variation with this kind of set, and then you want it to be a little bit longer, and then you want them to talk medieval, right, instead of chaotic. You could do up to three, so you could like do this. But yeah, now you want this one to be medieval, so this one's going to be your medieval project. We'll just say that, and then now that one's queuing. So now you have a couple animations that are queuing in the background, and you get to go ahead and now check out your other animation. So let's just say that we want to check out this one.
Hey, Blake.
Let me just refresh because that's a known bug. So let's check out this one really quick. Let's see what this one's about.
Hey, Blake, you ever have those days where everything feels a bit off? Haha, yeah, I get that sometimes. Missing something? That sounds familiar. Maybe we're both just too focused on the big picture to notice the little things. You know what? Sometimes you miss the forest for the trees.
So notice this is probably not the best example because I have a lot. I'm breaking stuff right now and basically like fixing stuff at the moment. But I did want to get this video out. So essentially, you have two characters basically like talking together. And I want to try to find a little bit of a better example, which would be like I don't want to choose any of the unhinged ones because they're actually like super unhinged. So we'll do this one right here. I don't know what it is, but we'll go ahead and go with this one. So let's say that this is great, but we want to change something because again, we were able to see it
You
here,
what you mean.
right? You're able to
But
actually
what
like
I was thinking
jump
is that,
around and stuff like
yeah,
that. You could pause it, you could play it, you get the seat up here. Again, you can choose the volume, that sort of thing. Um, so let's
there for
play it from
hours,
here.
just relaxing by the water.
So if I wanted to change something now, if I wanted to just export this, I could click this render button, and that means that like, okay, this is perfect from the get-go. I want to basically just render it out and basically export it, show my friends and everything like that. But let's say that you want to edit something and it's not as great as what you expected it to be. Well, in that case, yeah, I think Claude is rendering out something in the background, so bear with me. In that case, we have a editor. So there's a lot of moving parts here. So like I said, be wary. All this stuff is pretty experimental at the moment. But in the editor, you can kind of let me turn the volume just a bit down. You can go through here and just like Adobe Premiere or anything like that. You can go here and essentially start to go ahead and check out your shots, see what you have going on here. Now, one thing to note, there's Studio, Animate, Edit. These are going to be like the three modes that essentially allow you to kind of progress and edit whatever you need. So all the stuff here is basically like you have your speaker, you have the voice that they're using, you can change all this stuff on the fly. If you wanted to change like the actual text here to like, I don't know, you could say up and in the sky instead of waterfall, and then you could do something like that. You can go ahead and regen this TTS that we're on. And essentially what it will do is it'll basically go ahead, load up the TTS, and then basically regenerate it. So now it's basically saying in the sky.
So, on our last day,
Oh, it's a little too low, but
so on our last day, we took this really challenging hike up and in the sky. Wait,
see? And so basically the TTS
oh,
will change based off of you regenning it here. You can also change the shot. So if you didn't like a shot that was basically chosen by AI, this is where you can actually become a director and you can actually like choose the shot that best suits you. And you can choose like the length, the angle, and everything like that. So, and you can choose like what kind of motion is going on. So, is the camera going to the side? Is it trucking right? Is it dollying in? So, there's a lot of variability here. The emotion tab doesn't really work here, and then you can again, hopefully once this is good, you'll be able to swap back and forth between your audio and text as well. So if you didn't like this, you can undo it, and essentially like it doesn't happen right now, but like in the future, you'll be able to undo your stuff and then kind of like A/B test it and see if you like it or not. You can also change the character. So like what I was saying before, if you didn't want these sprite characters, which are going to be updated, and all these characters are going to be updated, you can go ahead and use some 3D characters. So you can see here, I basically just changed out the sprites to 3D. And if I wanted to go ahead and now play the animation,
Alex, we're talking over each other again. Let's take a breath. You're right. Sorry about that. It just gets so exciting sometimes. I know what you mean. So, back to Costa Rica. Oh, yeah. Tell me more about
So, but also what you've
just
probably noticed is
like
that they all have the same voice. Let's change that really
Hi,
quick.
my name is Chris.
So let's change this one to Chris. We'll regen this one really quick so you could see that you could also change the voice as well. So that one regen, so let's
Oh,
click,
yeah. Tell me more about the hike. Did you see any wild
or was it this
things?
one?
I know what you mean. So,
So I think that's a bug right there. So real-time bug catching error. But anyways, like when you go ahead and also regen with a different character as well, it should go ahead and use the different voice. Just not in this case because, like I said, I'm breaking a lot of stuff and also fixing stuff. Let's also really quickly, as you can see, I'm basically able to change the side panel to whichever side works best for you. There's different camera options as well here, so you can actually go ahead and change a lot of the focus and whatnot. So let's say that you wanted to essentially like change up the focus and see like all the blur and all that stuff. You're able to do all that stuff in here. So there's really like a big like studio like presence here where you can actually go ahead and have like all the settings and controls that you are used to. Whether you use like a 3D program like me, using Cinema 4D or not, like you're able to like do all this stuff, change the lighting and whatnot in the scene. So being able to like do this stuff, being able to add your own lights, your own like presets and stuff like that. So this is another bug. But being able to like change all this stuff to basically like suit whatever need you might have for your scene is going to be important. And like I said, the scenes are all going to be different. All this stuff is going to be very different in the future. So not really too much that you have to worry about as of right now. That being said, that's Studio. Then I want to hit edit. Animate is not currently available, so that one you don't really have to worry about. But in Studio or in the edit mode, you can go ahead and also go ahead and start to trim and edit some of your clips and stuff. Some of this stuff is in beta, but the idea behind it is essentially being able to trim whatever you don't like and essentially being able to kind of edit it like shorter or less, being able to cut things, that sort of things, split your clips, and mix and match different clips as well. Maybe one clip was really nice, or you edited this one nice, or duplicated one. Like I want to have variability, so you can really do a lot of editing and your own way of like editing up the animation, right? That being said, there is some stuff here, just some small stuff, for basically like the brightness, the saturation, being able to control these stuff. Sadly, right now, I still have
you
to
know what I
fix this,
mean. The ocean is
but
just so.
I'm going
Alex,
to turn this down and you're going to be able
beautiful.
to see that you can
What I
also
was thinking
change
is
some
maybe
of
we should
the
focus
brightness
on
and
one
the
story
hue
at a
and
time.
the temperature, all that good stuff, at the moment. But right now, it
Actually,
only works
I
when
wanted to.
you're actually like playing the animation. So um then you could do these things where you could basically like set your own like scaling and stuff like that, so that way, or your own like what is it called, uh crop, so you can just crop like the stuff so that way you can actually like just export it like this or export it in 916. So very versatile. Then you have your export button, so this would be like a local export if you wanted to load it locally or export it to your computer locally. And then I'm going to have a server export, which is basically something that just runs at the cloud, in case you aren't at home on your computer or anything like that. Quick export would be the fastest because it's using your own PC to export it, or your own browser to export. But server export will allow you to have the freedom of doing other things while basically server side will I'll put it into the queue and then essentially you'll export when it exports. So no worries on that. But yeah, and then you have your little thing here. to show the animations that you just made and the animations that other people made. So these are ones that are made on a different account, whether they've been shared with you or not. These are animations that have been on a different account, and then these are animations that are on my account. And all this other stuff is just dev tools, but essentially you could see how long it took your animations to kind of complete and whatnot. And if we go ahead and play back these animations that we made,
You know,
let's
I've
turn it up
always
to the full.
wanted to try that cheeseburger at Wendy's.
Oh man, you're missing out. That burger has the perfect blend of flavors.
There might be a little bit of like stutter or noise right now just because there's another bug that's going on. So let me play this one more time.
You know, I've always wanted to try that cheeseburger at Wendy's.
Oh man, you're missing out. That burger has the perfect blend of flavors. You've got to give it a shot.
Really? What makes it so special? Childhood memories, huh? That does sound tempting.
Absolutely. And the best part is, it's not just any burger, it's like home in every bite.
You know what? You've convinced me. Let's go to Wendy's for lunch tomorrow, and I'll finally try it.
Sounds like a plan. I can't wait to see your reaction when you take that first bite.
Me too. It feels kind of silly not having tried it before now.
Don't worry about that. The important thing is, we're going together soon.
Yeah, and maybe this could be the start of our regular lunch dates.
I like how you think. Let's make a deal. If you love the burger,
Okay, so I just wanted you to see that animation. Obviously, you could see that there's a bug with the
and
there's even a bug here, but there's a bug with the shot that was going on. As you guys saw, where is it? This shot right here basically is a known bug that I've been trying to fix. And it basically only happens here, but it's a good example to show you, hey, I didn't like this shot. Let me go ahead and fix it. And so now it's fixed, right? And then I can basically do a medium close so that way it's good. And then I can just fix this one as well and fix this one like that. And so now you can see like the ability to go ahead and fix these your animations and
oh,
be able to
fledged. The best
That what?
also this one, not that one, not that one either, this one.
So
So as you can see, like now it's fixed, and now you can go ahead and export it when it's fixed.
you're missing
Obviously, that
it.
won't happen in the actual animation, but like I said, or like in the actual thing. But yeah, so that is like an actual known bug right now. But hopefully this was enough to kind of show you that I'm still working on this. I should in the next couple months have a working beta or alpha, whatever you want to call it, ready. And there's so much more that I want to show that I don't have currently in here just yet. But I'm hoping that you guys enjoy what you've seen so far. And with that, I think that this was a successful showcase of TagAnimator. And I'll see you guys in the next couple months with a new update. Later.